Stop searching for the miracle and be the miracle. This ain't gonna be lyrical, this is straight facts. Stop waiting on the change and be the change. This ain't new news, this go way back. Stop waiting on someone to get it for you, go get it for yourself. Take your pride back. If God is your motivator, then you can do all things. Believe that. My power is divine, every line aligned with a higher power. Receive that.
God's beautiful souls, good morning, good evening. I pray you woke up today filled with fresh hope and renewed strength. I pray your faith is deeper than it was yesterday, knowing that each new day is covered in God's mercy. I pray that you don't take this gift for granted, because God is moving in your life in ways greater than you could ever imagine. Welcome back to Lies Changes Truth. I'm your host, BK Bless. Listen, if this episode touches your spirit and blesses your soul, please like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on my socials. The more people we get these messages out to, the more people we can heal. Today's conversation, it might be a little sensitive, somewhat controversial. It may be emotional, but so necessary. God's beautiful souls, we family, right? And family, we should love each other enough to tell each other the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, because we live in a culture where the truth is often labeled judgment, and people confuse accountability with being controlled. But if we truly care about healing, then we have to be willing to have the hard conversations. So today, we're going to confront this lie head on. This lie that's impacted women negatively, but the culture normalized. If we're honest, it's left so many confused, wounded, emotionally disconnected, and spiritually drained. The lie? It doesn't matter if women sleep with a lot of men. This conversation, it isn't just for the grown woman. It's for the little girl inside of you too. The little girl who learned too early that being pretty gets attention. The little girl who started realizing people treat me better when I look good. The little girl who slowly started believing that beauty wasn't just something she had. It was who she was. 1 Corinthians 6:18 through 20 says, "Run from sexual sin. No other sin clearly affects the body as this one does. For sexual immorality is a sin against your own body. For God bought you with a high price, so you must honor God with your body." So before we go any further, I need you to understand this. This is not me saying it's okay for men to sleep around and not women. Absolutely not. We already exposed that lie in episode 56. We know men sleeping around is just as destructive. So this conversation is about understanding that actions have consequences for everyone, no matter how much society tries to reshape the narrative. Reality still exists. When women are little girls, they're taught that their beauty is what matters. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with appreciating beauty. But the danger happens when beauty becomes your identity. I want you to think about this. When little girls hear, "You're so pretty," you're gonna break hearts. "You better stay beautiful, girl." Men love women who look good. And then the world reinforces it. Instagram, TikTok, music videos, celebrities, fashion magazines, and all the movies. 1 Peter 3:3-4 says, don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within. While affirmation is good, a woman might be conditioned to believe my value is connected to how desirable I am. And that's where the trap begins. When you start feeling like you only matter when somebody wants your body, attention becomes currency. But the problem is, attention is not love. Desire is not commitment, and lust is not value. And some women are unknowingly trading pieces of themselves for validation. Let's be real. A lot of women didn't become hypersexual because they're free. They became hypersexual because they're wounded, they're hurting, they're searching for something. Some are lonely, traumatized, and trying to prove something to themselves. And some women, they just want to feel chosen. And if nobody ever taught you your true worth, you might spend years confusing lust for love. But God's beautiful soul, those are not the same thing. A man wanting your body doesn't automatically mean he values your soul. Some women got 2 million followers and still don't know their real worth. Getting likes, DMs, compliments, and still asking themselves, am I enough? Because validation from the world can't heal insecurity. The truth of the matter is, some women use sex to cover abandonment wounds, to regain control of their life, to escape pain and seek validation. And some are just trying to numb their abuse, their insecurity, and the wounds from their father or mother. And it can distract you from it temporarily, but sex can't heal trauma, and unresolved pain eventually will resurface. That applies to men too, because again, this isn't anti-woman. This is pro-healing. This is about compassion, not judgment, because a lot of behaviors people glamorize are actually symptoms of deeper pain. And untreated pain can sometimes look like self-destruction. But they're out here calling that self-destruction a hot girl summer or their hoe phase. You can laugh, but I also want you to think, because culture likes to rebrand brokenness as empowerment. See, the enemy is subtle, because after brokenness gets glamorized, the conversation shifts from healing to justification. Now, instead of asking, is this hurting us? Society says, since one gender normalized dysfunction, the answer is the other gender should embrace it too. This is what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said. When a society confuses permissiveness with freedom, it breeds chaos instead of healing. See, pain duplicated is still pain. Chaos shared is still chaos. And brokenness, no matter how beautifully you market it, it's never liberation. Because copying harmful behavior doesn't elevate anyone. It just multiplies the damage. There's this modern idea, if men do it, then women should do it too. On the surface, that sounds fair and equitable. But what I want to know is, if men jumping off cliffs is toxic, would equality mean women should jump too? Real freedom is wisdom, not equal brokenness. So just because something is culturally accepted doesn't make it healthy. And if sleeping around damages men emotionally, mentally, physically and spiritually. Why are we pretending it suddenly becomes healthy for women under a goofy banner of liberation? Because if liberation requires you to inherit the same wounds, emptiness, and spiritual damage that has already hurt men for generations, then that's not freedom. That's lies sold in platinum songs and bad advice. And some truths, they cut deep because they bring light to what culture tries to normalize. I know this next topic causes a lot of division online because it's a reality a lot of women don't want to hear. Most men, especially men that want marriage, they care about your body count. And while this is frustrating to some women, ignoring reality, it doesn't change it. It's not because grace doesn't exist, but because most men associate sexual restraint with values like discipline, discernment, commitment, and emotional stability. And in general, men typically value purity in their partner more than women do. Now, is every situation identical? No. Can people heal? Absolutely. Can God restore? Without question. A woman's worth is not erased by her past, but choices still carry consequences. And women, I believe you deserve honesty about that. And while no one might have prepared you for how your choices can shape how you're perceived, the world absolutely trains you to believe your greatest value is still how flawlessly you can be seen. That's the cruelest part of it all. While the world avoids telling women hard truths that could protect them, it aggressively profits from convincing them that they're never beautiful enough, just as they are. So instead of nurturing your spirit, protecting your peace, and building lasting substance, women are pushed towards external enhancement, hoping altered beauty will heal wounds that only truth, love, and God can truly restore. Women feel enormous amounts of pressure to upgrade their appearance. So they pay for hair extensions, lashes, BBLs, lip fillers, all types of cosmetic surgeries, and even use filters while they're on social media. And again, there's nothing evil or wrong about self-care. But when beauty becomes the primary strategy for worth, problems will arise. You spent $12,000 to become that girl, only to realize that man still wasn't there for the long haul. Because surgery can change your appearance, but it can't heal broken relationship patterns. So yeah, you might attract attention, but it's character that attracts and sustains covenant. And it's sad, but it's true. Some women are out here building beautiful luxury exteriors, but their interiors are emotionally bankrupt. God's beautiful soul, you look like $1 million, but can't recognize genuine love when it's standing right in your face. And men, they will desire the look, but still not want to build a life with you. Because there's a difference between desire and wife. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's reality. So fathers, we need you. Your role is powerful to shape a daughter's understanding of boundaries, worth, protection, and healthy masculinity. Daughters, they need more than gifts. They need affirmation, protection, guidance, and standards. A father helps teach his daughter, you are more than your body. You are more than your beauty. You deserve honor, and you deserve truth. When fathers are absent, sometimes women seek validation elsewhere. And the sad part is, predators are just standing by, waiting to exploit that. Fathers should be showing their daughters what love from a man really looks like. 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20 says, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. That means your body is sacred, not casual, not disposable, and not merely transactional. Like I said in episode 56, sex is not just physical. It's so much deeper than the culture admits. It impacts your soul, your emotions, your attachments, your self-worth, and your spiritual clarity. And repeated, casual intimacy can desensitize you. Eventually, people become comparisons instead of connections. Now, when you find real love, they have to compete with memories, old patterns, and emotional conditioning. This is why your healing is so important. Women, I know some of you listening right now have confused attention for love. You've confused desire for worth and temporary validation for identity. And God is saying you're worth more than what culture reduced you to. You're not disposable. You're not just a body. You are not just beautiful. You are not here to just be consumed. God didn't create you to build your identity around attention. So you don't need to perform for your value. You don't need to sexualize yourself for significance. And you don't need to trade your body for temporary affirmation. Because your healing matters. Your soul matters. And your future matters. Look at what it says in Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago. That's your worth. Not your likes, not your body count, not your followers, and not who desires you. God's truth is so much greater than the culture's confusion. So ladies, I want to give you 5 simple points that I believe can help you in your journey of healing. First, build identity beyond appearance. Beauty is powerful, but it fades. It's character that remains. 2, you gotta heal your unresolved wounds. Unhealed wounds attract unhealthy cycles. Don't let pain choose your relationships. And 3, seek God's love and true identity, not fleeting attention and empty lust. Attention fades, it's gonna go away. But real love and purpose reaches far greater than you could ever imagine. And 4, I need you to choose wisdom over trends. Not everything that this culture normalized is healthy. And 5, please learn your worth spiritually, because you are so much more than the naked eye can see. Women are not objects. Sex is not casual. Sleeping with a lot of men will not heal insecurity. Sexual freedom without wisdom can become spiritual bondage. Validation through lust can never replace identity through truth. The real power is this: a woman who knows her worth, her standards, her healing, her purpose, and her God. Because true value comes from knowing who you are, not who desires you for what they see on the outside. The lie? It doesn't matter how many men a woman sleeps with. The change? Shift from external validation to healing, identity, and wisdom. The truth? Your body, heart, and soul, they carry value. Your worth is not found in sexual liberation, attention, or appearance. It is found in truth, wholeness, honor, and God. To every woman listening, this episode is not here to condemn you. This is about freedom. It's here to protect you, to remind you, to wake you up. Your past does not erase your value, but wisdom and truth can protect your future. You are more than just your beauty. You deserve more than being desired. You deserve to be cherished, protected, loved, and honored. And sometimes, real love, it tells hard truths, because truth is what sets us free. This has been episode 57 of Lies Changes Truth. Little girl, you never had to earn your worth. Grown woman, you do not have to keep living beneath the truth. You are always worthy. Before the followers, but before the heartbreak, before the trauma, before the mistakes, and before the bodies. Isaiah 43:4 says, since you were precious in my sight, you have been honored, and I have loved you. You were so precious, not because of sex, not because of beauty, not because of desirability, but because of who you are. Until next time, believe you're worth it. Please, keep them closed and stay you.
Be alright, you gon' be alright. Have no fear, cause he's right here. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. This is your time, this is your life. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Be a motivator, be an innovator. Be the best you, block out the haters. Winners fail and fail, but a failure quits. Go through the fire, cause your path is lit. You'll get through the pain, it might hurt a bit. That's how you get your weight up. So move all these mountains, knock down these walls, and break all these bricks. Don't let the devil fool you, see through the tricks. Can you feel the power? Yeah, you getting stronger. Can you make it through? Yeah, you got through harder. See, the time is now, can't wait no longer. Cast out the fears, no more paranoia. This is destiny, time to grab a hold. This is meant to be, time to let it go. Believe in yourself, God's in control. This the realest thing I ever wrote, to whom it may concern. This is your life, this is your time. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Follow God's plan, follow his light. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Have no fear, cause he's right here. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. This is your time, this is your life. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright.